Hi, welcome back to another episode of My Point of View, and today I will be discussing the Ghislaine Maxwell situation, where apparently she is going to be testifying. She's not going to be. She's asking to testify in front of Congress in order to tell her story about what happened. She says she doesn't want a plea deal. I do not believe this. I think even the article itself doesn't believe it, because 1 minute in the article she says, I don't want a plea deal, and then later she says her husband's plea deal is what she would like and deserves. So, I don't know. Do I think this will happen? There's like a good, probably like 30% chance this will happen. And I don't know. I just, I know one thing. This just dropped a propane tank into the already gas-covered fire, in that it will keep the thing going for a while. And to Annapolina Luna and Comer, I say one simple thing. Put your money where your mouth is. You all were so mouthy about how you'll investigate it, you'll do it. You said it to Benny, you said it to Turning Point, and I'm sure you said it on your Twitter if I follow you on Twitter. So, do it. Air it. Let it be seen. Go ahead. It's probably going to be probably your transparency committee or whatever it's called that does it. So go ahead. Do it. Air it. Go ahead. And, it's just... not it's kind of funny in a way that like Luna was like to Benny Johnson, like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna continue to investigate this because you deserve the truth. And now tonight, the biggest like thing that could have happened of that, besides like other stuff I know is bigger, but it's pretty big. It's pretty big that like Maxwell's decided she wants to testify now and tell her story now, because that's going to become a big internet thing. I'd be surprised if it didn't. I really would. I'd be surprised if it didn't become an internet thing. And again, if she weren't in prison, she'd be on a press tour on every podcast she could get on, every single one, and every single podcast would have her. We all know this. We all know this to be true. So, do I like the news? No, because I was kind of hoping that this would kind of start fizzling. I knew it wasn't going to fizzle out just because Trump said nobody cares about this in a long tweet. But yeah, he said that at one point in the tweet. And it's just like, I knew that was going to be the gasoline on the fire, but I didn't expect Maxwell to walk up and throw a propane tank into the fire. That's quite a thing, because now all it will be is just, because now she gets to be part of it, and now that gets to be part of the conversation, and that will keep the conversation going for a lot longer. And if the hearing doesn't happen, there'll be a lot of they're covering it up talk, and and which again, you're probably not wrong, but I don't know. It's just like for some people like me who wanted to see the other cases start to matter, like the 2020 stuff or the J6 stuff or the other retribution cases that Trump was talking about, or the auto pen. I was kind of hoping that one of these would matter, but unfortunately it doesn't now. We all know it won't. We all know all that will matter about it is just that we all know that, that those are going to take a back seat for a long, long while. There's going to be stories about them, but let's face it, in the period we're in right now where it's Epstein, what do you think is going to be the bigger headline? What Biden said that I'll talk about in another video, or this right here? I'm going to take a wild guess to assume Maxwell's announcement is going to be a little bigger than Biden's. So I'll have to, again, my biggest thing with Epstein is that I never really was like the Epstein guy. I was never really like, release the files. I was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of done hearing about them. Can we go on one of the other things now? I kind of had that idea for a while, but it's just... But my thing is I just don't want the other cases that I mentioned earlier that were also retributions to be now forgotten, just forgotten and told nothing's happening. And maybe they do a really good job. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're going to do a really good job with the others. Maybe this will force them to have to do a really good job with the others because there'll be a better eye on them. I don't know. That's kind of the thing. That's kind of my opinion on that. But overall, I just I don't like this because, again, I think Maxwell did do a crime. Again, I know there's this whole thing around it of like, why is Maxwell in jail now? And I agree with that too. Like, if you said there's nothing there, then she should be let go then. But, I kind of find it weird the people who try to say she still should be in jail, but yet she did nothing. There was nothing there, but she should still be in jail. Okay. So yeah, this isn't gonna go over well. This is gonna be a talk for a while. So buckle in, folks. It's gonna be this is gonna be a talk for a while. So thank you, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you later. Bye.